In this video, rediscover the joy of multiplayer gaming even when you're miles apart. Kosmi allows you to connect with friends in different locations, relive your favorite gaming moments, and even create new memories with NES, Super NES, or PlayStation games. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is visit the website kosmi.io and create a free account. Okay, so here we are in my retro gaming room. This is a lot like a Zoom meeting or a Google Hangouts meeting, but the one difference is you can customize it. So because this is a retro game room, you can see I have this nice background with the watermark through it, and then I also have a video that plays on retro gaming in the lobby, so kind of a cool atmosphere. So if I want to invite anyone into this room to play some retro games with me, all I have to do is click on the button that says Invite Friends, and then I can copy this link and get this to anyone that I want to invite into the room. It's that easy. So after they're inside the room, I can find my retro games. I'm just going to stop my video over here, and I'm going to go to where it says Apps. I'm going to choose Games, and here are some traditional games. You can see Kosmi has versions of Wordle. It has versions of Cards Against Humanity. Lots of cool games that are here. There's a version of Quake. But if I go to the bottom, you can see some of the different emulators that are available. So I can open up my NES emulator. Let me go ahead and just turn my camera off so this loads a little bit better. And if I click here to choose a game, you'll be able to see all of the NES games that are available as ROMs from the Internet Archive. Now this is a huge list in alphabetical order. There isn't a way to search for games necessarily, but what I tend to do is use the Control F or the Command feature. I'm going to search for a game that I want. In this case, it's Tecmo, and you can see it loads all of the games that are available with the Tecmo title in it. There's Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Cup, Tecmo Wrestling, but the one that I want is right over here, Tecmo Super Bowl. So I'm going to double click that, and in just a few moments, the game is going to load right over here. Now by default, our sound is off, so I can turn our sound on by clicking that sound button right over on the side. Now as this game loads, something I do want to show you is going to be right over here. You can see that there are options for you to go in and set your controller. So this works best with a keyboard. It's probably not going to work very well in a mobile situation, but you can see you can choose any key on your keyboard for the A, B button, as well as the start, select, and the D-pad controls that are available. So that is for one player, but the really cool thing is the person that you share this game with, they also have the ability to set the controls for themselves as well. So this is going to be controller 2. As you hit the controls, you can see that it mentions that there is a virtual multi-tap connected to you for use for additional controllers. Player 2 is either going to be controller 2 or controller 4, depending on the game. So this is more than me just inviting people to watch me play games. This is the person that I'm with actually playing the game with me, even though they may not be in the same room as me. They could be across the country, but with Kosmi, we can retro game very easily. So these are some of the games available for NES Party. I'm going to stop that app, and I'm going to go back to apps. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SNES emulator. It's going to work the same way. You can see all of the games that are available for Super Nintendo. Here's a game that I like a lot, NHL 94. Really fun game to play with other people. I know when I was younger, this was a really fun game to play with a group of people. We actually used to watch the Buffalo Sabres game, and in between periods, we would play around, I believe it was NHL 95, but the same kind of idea. This is going to work the same exact way with the ability to customize controllers. Now, as you get into Super Nintendo or PlayStation, where you have more buttons other than 2, like you do on Nintendo, it gets a little more confusing to play with a keyboard, but I believe you can plug in your own USB controller and play that way as well. So let me go ahead and stop that app. And the last one I want to show you is going to be our PlayStation emulator. At the bottom, works the same exact way. There's all kinds of different PlayStation games that you can play. I'll just take an easy one. Let me go ahead and I'll just take Frogger. I never really played this game on PlayStation, but it's going to work the same exact way. It'll take a second for the game to load initially. Okay, the game is about to load. Now, some of the PlayStation games are a little bit bigger in size. They will take a little while to load. The connection I have has been a little inconsistent, so that one seemed to take a little longer than normal, but it shouldn't really take longer than a few minutes. But again, you can see I have the ability to customize my controls for 1-player or 2-player. Second player is anyone that I want to share this game with. And if I click on the wrench, you can see ways to customize. Again, it's going to be really tough playing this game on a standard keyboard. So in this case, you may want to just check Amazon and look for some other options. Okay, so the game you can see is Frogger, one I don't really play, but just a fun way to show you what's available on this app. So I'm going to get out, and let's wrap this up by just saying, if you want to play retro games, go ahead and give Kosmi a try. You can sign up for free at kosmi.io and play any Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or PlayStation game with anyone by simply sharing a link in Kosmi. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment area below.